thank the gentleman and also thank my colleagues from Ohio. This has been one of the true bipartisan issues that we've dealt with, so I'd like to thank Mr. Gibbs and Mr. Joyce, Ms. Capter, Marcia Fudge, Jim Renacci, and also Pete Visklosky and Chris Collins, as well as you just heard from Mr. Joyce. The Great Lakes are a huge issue, but also for us, Lake Erie is a huge issue. And my legislation was put into this bill to require the EPA to appoint a coordinator to address the issue of harmful algae blooms in the Great Lakes. We have so many groups that are interested, but we need the EPA to help coordinate, and our friends helped get this language into this bill, and I'm deeply grateful for that. These harmful algae blooms affect over 500,000 Ohioans and did in 2014. Lake Erie provides clean drinking water for approximately 3 million Ohioans, many of them up and around the Cleveland and Toledo area. In August 2014, we had an environmental disaster caused by a harmful algae bloom that left nearly 500,000 residents of Toledo in the Western Basin without safe drinking water for 3 days. Lake Erie's tourist industry generates $12.9 billion in visitor spending, including 119,000 jobs, and contributes $1.7 billion in federal, state, and local taxes. This crisis just continues to build, and it's critical that we start working together to come up with a plan to stem the growing tide. The Lake's abundance of fresh water is a vital resource and a strategic advantage, and it's critical that we do everything in our power to combat the threats to the Great Lakes that threaten the health and well-being of Ohio and other states surrounding the Great Lakes. So we must do everything we can. This language helps to make that happen. This language will ensure that there's a coordinator at the EPA to work with the appropriate federal, state, local, tribal, foreign governments to address this critical issue affecting the state of Ohio. And as we see the changes in our economy, and as we see what's happening out west, we are reminded every single day how critical and how lucky we are, those of us who live in the Great Lakes region, to be able to access this fresh water. So again, I thank my friends from Ohio. I thank Mr. Schuster from this committee, Mr. DeFazio, and others who helped make this happen, and for including this language in the bill. And with that, I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields.